We arrived in Cluj after taking the bus from Budapest, crossing into Romania and entering the historic region of Transylvania. Traveling overland into this part of Europe gives a real sense of distance and transition. The languages change, the architecture changes, and gradually the atmosphere changes as well. By the time we reached Cluj, we had left Central Europe behind and entered a land shaped by Romanian, Hungarian, Saxon, and Austro-Hungarian history. Cluj-Napoca, usually called simply Cluj, is one of Romania's most important cities. It is a university city, a cultural center, and the unofficial capital of Transylvania. For centuries, it has stood at the meeting point of different peoples and traditions, and that layered identity can still be felt in the streets today. Before continuing south, we spent time exploring the city. Cluj combines old and new in a way that feels natural rather than forced. Elegant Austro-Hungarian facades stand beside lively cafes, modern shops, and student crowds. Large squares open around historic churches and civic buildings, while side streets reveal quieter corners full of character. We walk through the old center, where generations of merchants, scholars, and travelers once passed through these same streets. The city has long had both Romanian and Hungarian communities, and even today, that dual heritage remains visible in names, food, architecture, and everyday life. It is one of the reasons Cluj feels richer and more layered than many cities of similar size. After exploring the center, we collected our rental car and prepared to head deeper into Romania. Leaving Cluj by road, the urban energy quickly gave way to countryside. The traffic thinned. Villages appeared. Church towers rose above red roofs. Broad valleys opened between low hills. It felt as though we had crossed not just distance, but time. Horse carts still shared the roads with cars. Farmers worked fields close to the villages. Rows of painted houses lined narrow streets. In many places, life still moved at a rhythm far older than the modern highways of Europe. This was the Transylvania many travelers hoped to find. As we continued south, fortified churches and old stone towers began to appear, reminders of the medieval Saxon communities that once defended these settlements against invasion. Their walls and towers still dominate village skylines centuries later. But ahead the land was beginning to rise. The farther we drove, the more the scenery changed. Fields gave way to forests, valleys narrowed, darker ridgelines began to form in the distance. We were heading toward the Carpathians. Romania's mountains are not only beautiful, they are central to the country's geography, folklore, and identity. For centuries, they separated regions, sheltered communities, and inspired legends of wolves, bears, and hidden strongholds. As the road climbed, autumn colors spread across the slopes. Gold and bronze leaves mixed with dark evergreen forest. Each bend revealed wider views back across the plains of Transylvania. Then the road narrowed further. Rock walls rose beside us. The air turned colder. And at last, after beginning the day in the streets of Cluj, we reached the approach to one of Europe's greatest mountain roads, the Transfagarasan. From bus arrival to city exploration, from medieval villages to rising forest roads, this had already become far more than a drive, and the most dramatic part was still ahead.